Hi everyone, pop culture reference here with Rhyme Signatures, the nerdiest music review this side of I only take the time to come up with one of these things for albums that don't make me upset on a spiritual level. And today, we are unfortunately going to be doing a review of the new Muse album, Will of the People. Oh no, oh no, 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 too long. Didn't watch. This is absolutely bloody awful. Want to hear me elaborate? Cool. Me too. Okay, so Muse were a great band once, with records like Absolution, Origin of Symmetry, and even Black Holes and Revelations, cementing them as this kind of punchy sound of British alternative rock / metal in the early to mid-2000s. They had a great sense of what worked with music, at the time at least, what sounded good, what sounded relatable and fiery, and frankly, I loved them. I couldn't get enough of Matthew Bellamy's falsetto vocals, Dominic Howard's ferocious drumming, and especially Chris Wolstenholme's brilliant fuzzy bass grooves. The man was just a genius on four strings. Loved him. Then, something happened, like a kill switch in their collective brains that kind of stated, hey guys, I know we've been making great music together for a while now, but how about if we tried making really awful music together instead? The Resistance, The Second Law, Drones, and Simulation Theory. Each one sequentially worse than the last, each one straying further and further from God's light. Each one pandering to the suckling of the collective masses more than the last. All while having this juvenile pretense of being against the man and screw capitalism and technology's evil. It became deeply, deeply embarrassing, and calling myself a Muse fan felt more and more disingenuous with each passing release. So here's Will of the People! The joy, the rapture, the endless merriment, he lied. What we have here is a meagre selection of Frankenstein shit. Every song feeling like a knockoff version of someone else's music. Marilyn Manson's The Beautiful People is how you want to lead this record, huh? Okay. Or a stitched together shoddy homage to their own work from far better times. The instrumentation throughout is boring. It is flaccid and uninteresting, cribbing mostly from the Big Book of How to Write a Pop Hook in the 2020s school of songwriting, all wrapped up in a glistening how do you do fellow kids marketable sheen. There is not a shred of originality on this record. Everything feels like something you've heard before from far more talented artists, but put through the appeal to demographic XYZ-ometer. Honestly, the whole record feels like Imagine Dragons collided into a wall with the father of all motherfuckers era Green Day, and the resulting mess got scraped off into a mason jar and sold to hipsters for 20 quid a pop. The lyrics especially are just about the worst and most ham-fisted, patronising nonsense I've ever heard on a modern record. As Bellamy cries out to the proletariat for a revolution against the corrupt government, or cries panic about the state of the world with wildfires, viruses, cancel culture, war, with all the subtlety of being bludgeoned to death with a box of Nilla wafers. Oh, and here's my favourite part. This is all while simultaneously shilling a goddamned NFT version of the record. You absolute fucking hypocrite. You piece of work. You do not get to sell your band's name on this ideology of being against all the bad things going on in the world right now, and then push yourselves as being the first in the world to sell an NFT album, you utter cockwomble. This is an utterly dreadful pile of mush, and one that I am annoyed is now on an algorithm somewhere as something that I've listened to. Okay, no. Let's take a moment here. Let's breathe. Perhaps take a few minutes, put the kettle on, have a nice mug of chamomile tea. Something calming, maybe. I don't like getting mad about music, okay? I love music. This is all ultimately a form of creative expression, and some people will love this album, and respect to you. If you enjoy this, that's great. I just happen to think this is a fucking awful album. So, I've decided to do something different. Let's talk about something that doesn't suck, and that's Bluey, the album, as composed by Geoff Bush. For those not in the know, or anyone who doesn't have young children, you may or may not be aware of the show Bluey. So I shall give you a very brief summation. It's a family of square dogs. They have merry hijinks and whatnot with their kids in the mythical land of Australia. It all seems like fairly standard preschool kids entertainment on paper, and you might be right, but I would disagree. But, we're not going to get too much into that, as this isn't a TV show review channel, this is a music review channel. But the official soundtrack album is honestly absolutely brilliant. It goes off so hard and has absolutely no right being as good as it is. I get some really early OK Go level of craftsmanship and songwriting going on here, with some really certified bangers such as Keep Me Uppy, Here Come the Grannies, Taxi, Wagon Ride, Fruit Bat, and I Know a Place the Creek song, amongst many, many others. There's an incredible playfulness to the entire album, and an energy that cannot be understated. This is more than just what it appears on paper. Bush has composed some genuinely great, creative and catchy music that didn't need to be as well thought out or intricate or as memorable as it actually is. I mean, hell, Wagon Ride straight up sounds like something from a Moon Safari album, which is great. This is so much more than just songs from a kids show, the album. There's high-energy Irish-infused dance-alongs, gorgeous, heartfelt instrumentation that will suck your tear ducts dry, beautiful, introspective soundscapes, and above all, the purest representation of childhood wonder and awe, all distilled into an album that's about the same length as Muse's Will of the People. Now, I'm not saying that you can really compare the two of these records to each other, as, one of them is actually good, with heart and soul put into it. But if you've only got about 38 minutes to spare, I know which I'd rather spend my time listening to. The pure joy in every composition here is infectious, and it is difficult to not want to keep coming back to this time and time again, as each track manages to find a way to identify with a very specific part of your life. I've got songs here that I go to for when I'm feeling overwhelmed, when I need to recapture a sense of fun, when I want to just forget the world and, remember what it was like to be a child again. The Weekend is a pretty good song in that respect, travelling a huge gamut of emotions from start to finish. It's difficult not to feel bowled over by just how gentle and delicate the song starts out as, but then builds and builds up until this beautiful choral final quarter, which just takes my breath away every time I listen to it. And this is only music from the first season of the show as well, which means that when the second album, hopefully, drops, we'll be treated to the soundtrack to Sleepy Time, which will frankly become likely my most played song ever. Honestly, look that one up. It's worth it. So, what else can I say about Bluey the album? It's a gorgeous collection of some of the most well thought out, intimately crafted and beautiful songs ever made for television. Regardless of your initial thoughts on listening to an album written for a preschooler show, do give this one a go. Yes, it's always better in context, but the songwriting and passion on show here is unlike anything else, and it's honestly one of my most played albums of the year so far. This is all, of course, my opinion, as you know, so tell me what you thought of this record in the comments below. If you have anything you've listened to this year you think I should check out, then let me know about it and I might get around to giving it my own thoughts. If you like this video, please do share it with anyone you think might enjoy it. Maybe like it, thumb it, whatever you want to call it, and possibly consider subscribing for some more content. Until next time, guys. Keep your rhyme signatures. Oh, sugar tits. I was talking about the new Muse album, wasn't I? Review, score. No, I don't fucking listen to it. Shit.